I'll be showing y'all how we make sure that people are on the right track while they're in our simulation. Our first line of defense is this big old task list, which simply tells the user what they have to do in order to establish communication between these two modules. And so, simply, it has three different groups: setting up the modules, transmitting data, and then closing the sockets. And these are to be completed together. You'll notice two buttons. So the show and hide task list. So for novice people, they might have this task list up as they're completing the simulation so they know what to do. For more experienced users, they might take that down and just test their knowledge without it. And also there's the start quiz button that it gets unlocked whenever all of the tasks that are required are completed. So let's get started. So the first step, on the client module, we have to create a socket. So let me do that. Create a socket. Cool. And as you'll see, there's feedback not only on this, but up there as well. We have a little check mark. So now we do the same for the server, as well as bind it, apparently. So create a socket. Yep. Bind that socket. So we want to enter it into one of these ports. So we'll go with port number 2. And there we go. So now you can see that we have task feedback up there. Now, once we have this done, now it's time to transmit data. So in order to do that, we have to send data from the client. So, let's do it. Wait a minute, there's a send data and connect the server. Surely you have to connect the server first, right? Wrong. So if you do something wrong, say you do a TCP-oriented function call on a UDP connection, you'll get an error message. So this one is saying, no need to connect when using UDP, only on TCP. And that helps highlight the distinction between the two different protocols. So let's try and figure out what we have to do then. So press the button labeled Send Data on the Client module. Enter in the IP address and port to send the data to by using the keypad. When you send data using UDP, a packet is transmitted from the client module across the network into the socket with the specified address. If a socket is bound to the specified address, then data is put into the server's processing queue. If not, then the packet is lost. Okay, so just send data. Alright, now it's saying I have to use more stuff. Enter the IP address of the module to send data to. Okay. So 192.168.0.2. Easy enough. 192.168.0. Oops, I made a mistake. So, .0.2. Now we have to enter a port to send to. So, I'm going to be sending it over to port number 2. So, once that's done, our data gets sent. And we have a little marker that says, yeah, we sent the data. But as you'll see, we still have to receive the data. Now, this is a little bit confusing, because I just saw this packet go into this server, right? So let's see what this is all about. Okay, press the button labeled Receive Data on the server module. As packets are sent to the server socket, they get added to a receive queue, where they wait for the server process to receive the data. When you receive data, you're really just processing a packet from the server's receive queue, providing the server program access to the data that was sent. Okay, so we have to actually press this button. Oh, and there it is. That's the data that was sent. And so now that we have this all done, let's see if we can put up the quiz. Oh no, there's still tasks to do. So I have to close these sockets up. Okay, close socket. And we get our feedback, and that closes. And we have a checklist item. We do the same over here. Get our feedback, and it goes away. And now we're good to go onto our actual quiz. So we can start this quiz. So, question 1. What is the first step in the sending data through a UDP connection for the client? So the first step, create a socket. When does the server specify which client to receive from? That's a confusing question. Let's just assume that I don't know and say, sure, after binding the socket. Nope, that's not right. Perhaps it's never. That's correct. Alright, so between the server and the client machine, which has to bind its socket for their connection? Only the server does. Alright, so you've completed the activity. Now we can return to the lab. And we're back where we started.